Fear. It is a word that appears in the English translations of the Bible some 450 times, with approximately 350 of those occurrences in the Old Testament alone, and several of these refer specifically to the fear of God or the fear of the Lord. This fact has caused a lot of readers, particularly non-Jewish readers, to ask why. Why is there so much fear in the Bible? Solving this mystery ultimately requires looking beyond the English and into the Hebrew language behind it. The Hebrew word is yirah and is much broader in meaning than our English word fear. Indeed, our English word fear narrowly focuses on being afraid. To us, fear is the opposite of trust and is synonymous with worry, dread, or fright. But yirah encompasses a much wider range of meanings, from the negative dread and terror to the positive worship and reverence, and from a mild respect to a strong awe. In fact, there are many instances in the Bible where yirah isn't about being afraid at all, but instead showing honor and respect. In Leviticus 19:3, for example, we're instructed to revere or yirah our mother and father. Similarly, in Leviticus 19:30, we're commanded to keep God's Sabbaths and to revere, to yirah his sanctuary. Yirah is also used in a strong positive sense in Proverbs when it declares that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Even though this type of fear refers to a humble reverence and awe, due to our narrow understanding of this word, a lot of Christians tend to see it as a negative thing, fearing the punishment that God could give us for our deeds. Of course, we will all stand before God's judgment seat one day, but those whose sins have been paid for by Jesus Christ shouldn't have this kind of fear anymore. Rather, our fear should be a shrinking back in recognition of the difference or holiness of God, and the drawing close in awe and worship. To fear the Lord is not to experience a dread that paralyzes all action, but neither is it just a polite respect. It is an attitude of both reluctance and adoration that results in a willingness to do what God says. And according to the teachings of Proverbs, this proper attitude of the creature toward the Creator is the beginning of knowledge and wisdom. That is, true knowledge and wisdom flow from the fear or reverence of the Lord. Clearly, yirah isn't exclusively negative. Like many other Hebrew words, it has a double-edgedness to it. It can be either positive or negative, depending on the context. God's enemies fear him, but his people show him reverent, worshipful awe.